All right, guys, we got a 3-part workout today. We're going to talk about the first 2 real quick. Remember, in busier classes, you might go in a different order, but this is meant to be a little sprint. This first part is kind of fun. You got a 6-minute window to do 60-foot handstand walk, 90-foot sandbag carry, and then 300-foot shuttle sprint, and then we go back 90-foot sandbag carry and 60-foot handstand walk, okay? This is all going to be done in 30-foot increments, so back and forth, okay, measure 30 feet. So let's start with the handstand walk. The basic version we can do here, if you do not have a handstand walk for today, you can always do a shorter distance, so maybe instead of 60 feet, you do 30 feet, okay? But if you don't have a handstand walk at all, most of the time we do shoulder taps, but for today we'd like to see a double the distance or maybe add 50% extra bear crawl. So just getting comfortable walking your hands. Okay, get down to your 30 feet, swing back. Okay, just trying to move through it pretty consistently. All right, if you're just learning the handstand walk, main thing we always say is don't rush your hands forward. You have to be comfortable kicking to a handstand and letting your body weight lead the way forward. So you want to avoid this. Try not to walk the hands always out in front of you. Okay, and think you're going to kick to a handstand, maintain control, and then fall with the feet and hips leading forward, okay? So, again, that takes some practice, but feel free to just work on it for maybe, a minute, something like that, 45 seconds, and then move on to the next movement. The next movement is a 90-foot sandbag carry. This is meant to be heavy, 3 lengths, okay? So I have a 100-pound sandbag here. This is ideally something like this is what we want to use for today. But when you set up for this, it's kind of like a deadlift to start. You want to rock it back and forth to get your hands underneath it, okay? If it's light enough, I'll give you kind of 3 variations. If it's light enough, you're going to jump it right up to the chest, bear hug it, stand tall, and then start walking, okay? So if it's a little heavier, or the second round maybe you're tired, you might have to re-grip it in the middle, where get your hands underneath, you kind of come up, and then go a second, right? I kind of pause at my hips, and then I jump it back up to my chest. If it's really heavy and you're really tired, you're going to drop here and take a second before you pick it up, okay? So that's kind of fastest version into the slowest version for the heaviest, okay? If you don't have one of these big sandbags, it might be something like this. Same concept. For this one, you're going to get it in the middle of the long sandbag, and same concept, trying to bear hug it here, okay? We have all different types of sandbags or D-balls, but something that's hard to pick up and hard to carry, it's hard to breathe, okay? And then we go to the shuttle run. Love shuttle run. So we're gonna have a line. This is just going back and forth. It's gonna be 10 lengths, 5 times there and back. So you're gonna run, touch both hands on the other side of the mark, run. And so when you do this, it's about how you shift weight. And one of the things that propels us in running is gravity, okay? So when you hit a mark, you touch, and how do you switch directions? I'm going to actually shift my body weight, and that gets me going again, because you lose a lot of time when you stop and you stand up tall and then try to push yourself to get going again. So we want to use gravity on our turns. This is about efficient use of our body weight and gravity to keep our speed up as we go. Okay, so 6 minutes to get through that, and then we're going to, part 2 will be just some work on a machine of choice, doing a big set of calories. Again, adjust that to your needs for 6 minutes of work there. And then let's talk about part number 3. All right, guys, part 3 of today is going to be a chipper. Chippers are always the best mentally. Just kind of work your way through it. It's going to be 800-meter run to start, and then we're going to go into 60 box jumpovers, 40 box stepovers, and then 20 strict handstand push-ups. So let's go through these. Box jumpovers. If you're tired, you're going to be jumping forward. You don't have to stand up on top of the box. Get a little rotation and try to get into a rhythm. Again, decent number of reps here. If you're faster, you feel good, you can go lateral. That's typically a little faster. Again, stay low, back and forth for 60 reps. The main thing I tell people here again is rhythm. Nice and steady. Even if it's not very fast, same way over and back at a nice sustainable pace, no big rest there, okay? After that, we go to the dumbbell stepovers. So holding a set of dumbbells, okay? Efficient way here is to use the dumbbells to help you up on the box. What I mean is if you push the dumbbells in front of you as you stand up, it kind of helps pull you, stay low, turn, step down, swing, Stay low, okay? So you think about the dumbbells, you are trying to avoid them going up or down. You're trying to get them basically to go straight across, which requires good isometric control in the legs, good strength in your back, okay? Think about every rep, if I stood all the way up, how much work, extra work, to take them up and down every rep. So try to keep them coming straight across, okay, as you go. That is for 40 reps, and you finish off the round with 20 strict handstand push-ups. So the easiest one you can do here is take those dumbbells, or maybe even a lighter set of dumbbells, and do some seated dumbbell press, okay, for 20 reps. Again, this will be hard. It's totally okay to do 1 or 2 reps at a time. Like if I was doing this, I might have a good set at the beginning and then have to go to single strict handstand push-ups to finish off the round. I always like using some type of pad for my head. The easiest version when you actually get to the progressions of inversion is to do that down dog position. Always working on the hips nice and high. The head always starts between the arms. Shift the shoulders forward, touch your head, and drive back to where you started. You want to avoid stuff like this, or the elbows flare out, okay? At the bottom of any variation here, the head should be in front of the fingers making that triangle, okay? From there, if you feel good, you can put your feet on an elevated surface. So you can use the box that you just had out. But main thing, again, is to try to keep the hips high. Same exact start position. So I'm going to start with my hips nice and high. My head is between my arms. At the bottom, my head is in front of my fingers. Push back. Head ends up here. You want to avoid, again, doing stuff like this, or where you're further out and your hips drop, okay? From there, you can go to the wall. This is the full version, or not that thick of a pad, but same thing. At the top of every rep, my head is between my arms. I touch the top of my head, it's between my fingers. Drive back out, good lockout. Be hard on yourself with standards here. That's the end of the round, the end of the workout, and that's it for today, guys. See you tomorrow.